Hi YouTube, and welcome to Lost Groove Music. And today I would like to talk about a certain blues song which I love. As everybody knows on the channel, I'm sure I love blues music. And anybody who knows my band called Mysterious Blues, they will know that I love my blues. And I'm sure it comes across in my playing, my style. And yeah, I'd like to talk about this song called Woman's Blues. Not outside Woman's Blues, but Woman's Blues. And the song is written by a blues guy called Joe Reynolds. And he was known for a name called Joe Shepherd, and he was known for a name called Blind Joe Reynolds. Now we'll get to that. Now it's uncertain when he was born. It was either 1900 or 1904. We don't know for certain. Obviously in 1900 or 1904 there was a lot of racial barriers, yeah, so the reason why they called him Blind Joe Reynolds is because in the 1920s, some point, we don't know for certain, again it's uncertain the exact date, but in the 1920s he unfortunately had a shotgun in his face and blinded his eyes. He had no eyesight. Don't know how it got there, the actual shotgun, the situation, but it's terrible, obviously, what happened to him. So he had a certain style as well as a blues musician, and he was a bottleneck player. And I can imagine, you just grabbed a beer bottle and just, used what he could back then. Yeah, it's incredible. The songs he written are just fantastic. Now, the song I'm talking about, which is one of my favourite blues songs, called Outside Woman's Blues, or the original title by Joe Reynolds is Woman's Blues. Cream called it Outside Woman's Blues, and they released it in 1967 on their album. And then in 2007, Backdoor Slam, they did a cover of it, which was slightly different, but it was took more from the Cream version. But it's a good version. You should check it out after this video. Go on YouTube, check out Backdoor Slam, Roll Away, their version. Now, Cream's version to the original version is slightly different, but I love the original version. I just love it. It's fantastic. Again, check it out after this video. The guy was a blues bottleneck player. He was very flamboyant, expressed himself in his music to talk, to society. Yeah, when you're flamboyant and, when you're in the 1920s and you're a black man, you are looking for trouble. That's the trouble. You attract attention to yourself. The guy was under certain names. He was known for various of different names and stuff to avoid the police for allegations against him. And yeah, he was just pure early rock and roll, really. He was very flamboyant, and yeah, he just went for it. And if you listen to this song, it's a message, really, end of the day. And it's a great song. The message still stands today. You know, he's talking about being good. You know, being good, good things will happen to you. You know, there's a verse in his original version where Cream took out and they didn't do it. They didn't sing the lyrics. And the lyrics are, tell your married woman how to keep your husband at home. I love it. I like it. And I love the original version more. And I like the Cream version as well, but I love the original version. You got to take care of your man and leave them single boys alone. You got to leave them single boys alone. You know, he's talking about, you know, be good, you know, to your other half. But it's a great song. Yeah, you know, what he's saying is that both sides, you know, woman or man, they can, you know, be players. So, yeah, it's a great song. And, yeah, Reynolds travelled, you know, all around America, you know, in the 1920s, and eventually was discovered, you know, from street corners, playing in street corners, you know. Obviously, his wealth, you know, he wasn't there. He wasn't a very wealthy man like most blues guys, you know. But he also served a 2-year jail sentence. Again, uncertain why he went to jail for 2 years, but again, that wasn't common back then for black people to go to jail and whatever reason. But you know, 2 years is, you know, back then 2 years is nothing, you know. So yeah, he was very flamboyant, and it was, in a way, you know, he said his message in music, and like most blues guys after did that, you know. And yeah, you know, he was eventually discovered in 1929. He went to the studio in November 1929 and recorded 4 songs, and one of them was Woman's Blues. The other one was Cold Woman's Blues, which is another song, and then there's another song called Niggers Blues, and then there was another song called 99 Blues. And you can look at all these songs on YouTube after the video. So, but we're talking about the one which Cream made popular, Outside Woman's Blues, or Woman's Blues. And yeah, 2 78 records, you know, 78 RPM were released. Went to Memphis, Tennessee, and recorded in a studio there. And he recorded some more tunes. And then in March 1968, unfortunately, he passed away. He had a stroke, and that's it. Really, that's a little short story of his life, and I just think this certain song is fantastic, but all his songs are great, and there's lots of great early blues guys like himself. I do find it a bit weird that, you know, there was no record of his birth, and obviously we don't know how old he died, the age he died at, but you know, these guys lived a hard life. They had a lot of, you know, grief, and yeah, so this is my version of it. I'm going to do my own thing, and it's just a little clip of me jamming it, and yeah, I'm going to probably do this one in my band. And I just thought I'd share all the information with you guys. And like and subscribe to my channel, and look out for the next video. Lost Groove Music. Thank you. If you lose your money, I pray God don't lose your money. If you lose your money, I pray God don't lose your money. If you lose your woman, then please don't go away, man. Gonna buy me a Bulldog, watch my lady when I sleep. Gonna buy me a Bulldog, watch my lady when I sleep. Cause women so doggone crook till my man go be free. Gonna buy me a Bulldog, watch my lady when I sleep. Gonna buy me a Bulldog, watch my lady when I sleep. Those women so doggone crook till my man will be free. Tell married women how to keep your husband at home. Tell married women how to keep your husband home. Taking care of him and leave them single alone. Gonna buy me a Bulldog, watch my lady when I sleep. Gonna buy me a Bulldog, watch my lady when I sleep. These women so doggone crook till my man will be free. Why you want your woman, you can't watch your eyes up into. Can't watch your wife.